Welcome to the Pit Crew. I'm Camille, your attending, and I have my residents with me.
I'm Mal.
And I'm Robert.
And today we are covering Season 2, Episode 4, 10 a.m. of The Pit. Robert, you're going to be presenting our patient this week, so go ahead.
So patient presents with a case of Santos and Garcia are so fucking canon, there's no doubt anymore. Let's fucking go!
You had doubt?
I was
You never
scared.
know.
Listen, I have been queer baited way too many times in shows that I've liked, and they're like, "Oh no, these two girls clearly like each other. They're gonna date, and it's gonna be cute and whatever." And then last minute, they're like, "Actually, we're gonna give one of them a shitty boyfriend that we met like 2 episodes ago, and that's how we're ending the show." And I'm like, "Go fuck yourself."
I mean, it could still be the reason that Santos and Whitaker have beef is because it's actually Whitaker with Garcia and Santos is jealous.
So we are retitling this week's episode, What Are Farm Benefits?
Whatever you want them to be, baby.
Ew! No. There's so many udders.
Yeah, that's what the milking machine is for. What an insane line,
damn.
just by the way.
Save it.
Yeah.
We'll get there.
Oh, God.
I'm sorry.
That's the thing we're gonna say before we get to our this episode is dedicated to.
Yeah. So,
Well,
all jokes aside, before we get back to giggling, we do want to just say this week's episode is dedicated to Alex Preddy, who was a nurse in Minneapolis. He worked at the VA in the intensive care unit, and he was executed by ICE over the weekend. Our thoughts and prayers are with his family. I know that sentiment is overused, but we are living in a really horrific, scary time right now, and I think all of us were absolutely horrified to see that news over the weekend. And if there's anyone listening who's upset by us talking about this, we want you to go ahead and not listen. Unsubscribe. We don't want you here.
Fuck ICE.
Fuck ICE.
Fuck ICE.
So anyway, wanted to make sure we said something about that. That's been really important to all of us, and we felt that we wanted to use our platform to say that. And now we're going to move on to the jokes and giggles, but we don't want anyone to think that we have not taken that seriously. That's just who we are, baby. So
speaking of platform, because of Camille's expertise in reels and like being a social media bean, our subscriber count, our follower count, people who follow the Instagram and have been liking the reels and stuff has been exploding. When we released episode 3, we had like 600 followers on Instagram. Us at the time of recording episode 4 right now, we have over 2,600.
We've more than tripled the amount of followers that we had last episode, so
yeah.
Woo!
We've heard from quite a few people that knew Dr. Rabinowitz personally after we talked about him last week, and it's been really heartwarming just to see how many lives he touched and just how active those people still are. I think one thing that separates us so much from gun violence and hate is that we don't see it and we don't really interact too much with the people that it directly affects. And so to hear from so many of his patients and friends is crazy. And we also had someone comment and say that they had coffee with him 2 days before he died, that he had said he felt like he was put on the earth to help people. So another, sad, but it has been wonderful to hear from so many people. And like fucking Katie Couric and like all these famous people have liked that reel. That's crazy, bro. That's crazy.
It's crazy time.
Yeah.
Like, this is just our silly podcast that we yap with our friends about. Like, this is...
Right. We're just being goofy friends. We're not, like, here trying to make a serious difference in anything. We just like to giggle together.
We just want to talk about the pit. Like,
yeah.
The last thing I want to say before we get into the episode is that when we were talking about him last episode and Camille said, "May his memory be a blessing," I thought that was a Camille thing. And then I saw it all over the comments of the reel, and I looked into it. I'm like, oh, no, it's
Alav Shalom.
It's a traditional Jewish phrase of condolence. I didn't know that. And I honestly think that's better than things like, "May they rest in peace." I love the idea of a memory being a blessing. So I don't know if I can use it or not. I'm not Jewish.
If you're Jewish, I know we have some Jewish listeners because we've heard from you. Please let us know. Is that like something we can just like, can we appropriate it?
Can we
Hi.
borrow your phrase?
It's a fantastic phrase. I just want to make
Yeah.
sure I'm not stepping on anyone's toes and like.
No, I think if you were to walk around and to say it in like Hebrew, that would be one thing. But I think if you were just saying "May their memory be a blessing," I think that's pretty.
People who are listening, write in and tell us if it's okay or not. Let's start talking about the episode.
Cool. So we're gonna come right back to Ahmad's betting board that's being prepped.
Yes.
And Dr. Al is in on the bet. She's not familiar with this, of course.
I really did not expect her to be cool with this.
Yeah.
I didn't expect her to be cool with it, but also I didn't expect her to be a narc. So I'm like, okay, what is she gonna do? And I think it's low-key peer pressure. All the cool kids are doing it to Dr. Al. Come on.
Everyone else is betting.
Okay, so she's less optimistic about the outlook, though. Like, she bets they're going to have way more patients than Robbie thinks. And then, okay, I feel like we know from, like, the trailers what's caused this code black for Westbridge. But I think I saw the trailer maybe once, and I didn't really watch it because I wanted to go in, like, fresh, which is weird for me.
I saw this trailer in its entirety, like, 2 days before the season came out, so
Somebody watches my page.
I know I texted you guys and I was like, guys, would you believe that I just now watched the trailer for the pit? And you were like, what's wrong with you? This was like early January.
If you don't want to know, skip like 30 seconds because we're going to talk about what we think this might be. It's a ransomware attack, isn't it?
Something like that. And
Like,
I mean,
yeah,
who
around
the
the
fuck clicked a link?
Their computers like go down, right? In the trailer?
Mhm.
something like that.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's really funny because around the time they were filming this, wasn't there all those like cybersecurity attacks from what I think people assumed was Russia?
Oh, are you talking about like the Cloudflare incident?
Yeah, like that stuff.
And then there was an incident where Microsoft, there was an update that went out and it bricked computers because there was something happened with the update. I work in IT. Haha.
Oh.
Like, I don't know, it didn't affect me. But there was a Windows update that went out and it included something. It was some update for something, but it was buggy. And so, like, airports, hospitals, like their computers started doing what we call a BSOD, which is a
Oh, I
blue
remember
screen of
that.
death. Right.
Yeah.
And so people were having to like re-image computers left and right to try to fix them or like roll them back. So, yeah.
So do we think it's a cybersecurity attack or do we think that the pit got this like bug from like Microsoft or whatever?
Boy, I don't know.
Either way,
I don't know.
the computers at some point, somebody pointed out again in the trailers that Robbie's watch says like 3 or 4 o'clock or something like that. So that's when they assume the attack's going to happen. Or
Oh. Wow. People noticing details. Crazy.
If you look at the analog, like their wristwatches, they do have the correct time as the episodes go, and that's the prop department. They do make sure that their watches are set to the proper time. Crazy. Absolutely banana pants. So
Imagine if your whole job was just making sure that the watches were set correctly.
it's so much more than that, though. It's insane. The amount of stuff they have to
have a
keep
watch
up
guy?
with. No. Dr. Al wants to bring Langdon back from triage. And Robbie's like, nah. I just want to ease him into it. And I'm like, bitch, you want to ease yourself out.
yeah.
There are a lot of ways that Robbie just does not feel like a very emotionally mature person, which is so interesting because there are so many ways that he like is this great leader and this like amazing man. And then there are some times that he's just so fucking childish. And this is one of them. Like, dude, put aside your personal beef with Langdon. You need the people.
They need the people, and which is proven by the fact that they had a call out, which is why Langdon is there today, because
Yeah.
Langdon wasn't supposed to start until after Robbie left, is what we find out. But they had a call out, so they needed somebody.
Right.
And Robbie's still like, no, we're good without him. I'm like, you little bitch. He has backslid so much from season 1. He seemed so like yes, he was dealing with his PTSD, but he seemed so much more emotionally intelligent last season than this season.
Like, he needs this sabbatical and he needs to not go off on a motorcycle. That's a separate thing. But like, I think this man needs to take some time. And I think that he needs to take this, I mean, we'll talk about it more later, but he needs to take this like therapist search a bit more seriously because like this man is not well.
Yeah. It's not only does he not need to go on a 31-hour drive on his fucking motorcycle, he needs therapy desperately. He needs to like actually put in the time and effort. I will say it is difficult to find a therapist sometimes.
It's the same with doctors. Sometimes you like I wish more people understood that you can fire your doctor. If you don't like your doctor, you can find a new one. You don't have to keep going back.
I almost wanted to fire mine because I'm trying to get my yearly checkup out of the way because my
Mhm.
insurance does it for free. And I call the office and I'm like, "Hey, can I have an appointment for like 2:30? Because my doctor's office is like a 20-minute walk from my job and I can leave at 2." I'm like, "Can I get one for 2:30?" One moment. "Yeah, we don't have any 2:30 appointments. Does it have to be 2:30?" "Yes, please, for the love of God. I don't want to call out of work for this." "Okay, one moment. We have an appointment. We'll see you then." I'm like, "What the fuck changed between now and 5 seconds ago?"
Great question.
Oh, that's a great question. I don't know. So Willow is our patient who has super glued her eyelashes, right? She's had the mineral oil on her lashes for 2 hours now, and it still hasn't done anything. So then after she walks away, Jackson Davis's sister Jada has arrived, and Jackson is the one who was tased, came in the ambulance.
Uh-huh.
So she's worried about Jackson, but Lupe doesn't have any answers. And like Lupe is stronger than me because both Willow and Jada have rolled their eyes as they're walking away, and I would have an absolute fucking meltdown if two people consecutively rolled their eyes at me. I can't do that job.
When you just said Willow and Jada, like one after the
Oh
other, I was like, oh my
no.
God. This
Oh my god. Someone's getting slapped, okay?
I
You're right.
like did not make that connection whatsoever until you were like, oh yeah, Willow and Jada. And I went, oh.
Oh my god. So Donnie is now with Harlow, and Harlow is the deaf patient, and the interpreter is there. And Donnie is talking with the interpreter, but he's only talking to and looking at the interpreter. He is not talking to Harlow. He's not looking at Harlow, which is upsetting for her. And you can see in the background that she is upset, that she's like looking at him while she's signing, like, hello, you know. And like personally, I've been there, done that. I go to cardiology every year, and I knew I had found the right cardiologist because it was finally like I sat down in my appointment with him, and my mom goes to all of these appointments with me. And it helps to have someone process this stuff with when it's like a big thing. And, they can get all their questions out of the way too. But one of the big things I noticed about him that made me think like, ah, yes, this is my doctor, is that he was always looking at me unless my mother was asking a question. And then even as he answered her question, he looked at me when he gave the answer. And I was like, this is my doctor. Like, this is the person I want to come back to.
This was also something we briefly talked about last season with Minu and Dr. Collins and how the interpreter was on that like iPad thing.
Mhm.
And number one, thank you for all the people who explained to me the difference between an interpreter
And a translator.
and a translator. That was very educational. And B, in that moment, she was speaking directly to Minu while the translator
Mhm.
was translating everything that was being said. When I was watching this scene, I was like, we got to teach this lesson to Donnie.
Yeah. And so you can see that Harlow's annoyed in the background, but I honestly, once he's called out on it, I love that Donnie's apology seems genuine. Like Donnie's
Mm.
apology is genuine and he corrects the behavior, you know?
I also like that I guess Harlow maybe read Donnie correctly because she's not like mad that he's not looking at her. She's
Mhm.
making jokes. She's like, "You can talk to me. I won't bite."
I don't bite. Yeah. And I love that that needs no translation when she says, I don't bite. I loved that. We also have Felicia Robinson. She's the woman that found the baby. And she has O2 sats that are dropping. She has a rising temperature. She's at 102.4 now. And she has a cough, but she's. Oh, I was like, wow, I made a typo in my notes. No, I didn't. My note is she's negative for horses. So we're looking for zebras now.
I also first thought that you made a typo with these notes, and I was like, oh, it's a good joke.
It's a joke. It's a joke. I made a joke and then I surprised myself. She used to be at work even though it's a Saturday. She rarely gets a day off. Like, no. I'm sorry. That's a no from me. You could not.
No job, no money will ever be worth not having weekends off to me.
No.
Mm,
Shout out to retail. I don't want to go back to that ever again, but fuck, I love having my weekends whenever,
yeah.
working my big adult
Yeah.
job. That being said, them clocking that this is Saturday, July 4th means that it takes place this year. The Pit season 2 takes place in the future.
Whoa.
Whoa. I also was just thinking about here, like, I miss seeing Langdon in traumas. Like, he's doing all these little, like, you should have gone to a walk-in clinic patients, and I miss seeing him in the trauma. I miss seeing how excited he would get, and I'm hopefully we'll get back to that soon. So we're now cutting to Javati, and Princess is bringing up her birthday. Javati is saying, I don't like celebrating my birthday. I don't want to celebrate my birthday, even though she's turning 21. And word's continuing to spread now because now Whitaker walks up and overhears this. And Whitaker's like, oh, that makes you a Cancer, right? Mal, take it away.
I was like, oh, he knows astrology because he lives with Santos, a known lesbian. And then immediately Giovanni is like, I didn't peg you as an astrology girly. He's like, I've been spending too much time with Santos. And I was like, yes, I knew it. I knew it. Gay recognizes gay.
I loved that the words astrology girly were used. Like, I
Yes,
love
incredible.
that. I love that.
Also, it's not her birthday today, right? Her birthday is in a couple days. Because everyone is acting like it's her birthday today.
Right.
If we ever get Garen Howell on this show, it's very important to me that we ask him if he's an astrology girly.
Okay. We'll find out.
We'll find out. We'll get him on this podcast, and we have to drag him by his scruffy mullet.
Well, okay. So now we're going to get into some things. Okay. So somebody comments on, like, I don't know how you two live together. Okay. And Santos says that it's her cross to bear living with Whitaker. And I'm feeling tension here.
Something's happening between
Something's
them.
going on because Whitaker looks annoyed by this. So far this season, both Garcia and Santos have made comments about something he's done or whatever. Javati has also said that Huckleberry is a bad nickname this season. And now, like, Whitaker just seems less than enthused with her. And now we get the insane lore drop that the reason he has a tan is because he's been on the farm helping the widow from last season.
Wild. It's not entirely unexpected, but I will say that,
No.
hearing that for the first time, my jaw dropped. Because I was like, I did not expect that we were going to get, of course they implied in season 1 that he and this woman had a connection, but, like, to get the confirmation that he's been hanging out with this widow of a man that he treated, crazy.
This boy showed up with a diaper genie and was like, hey, so I'm sorry your husband is dead, but they set it up in a way that would make you think that he could do this. But then again, I think all of us watching season 1, and one thing that I think that the fans of this show need to get better about is the fact that they all love to say, this is not that kind of show. And I'm like, bitch, is it not? Because I don't know.
It's not that kind of show in the sense that they're not going to, like, have two of the characters hook up in a broom closet somewhere. Like, that's
Right.
what they mean.
I think that the fans have leaned into that, though, and just started saying that about everything. It's not that kind of show. There was a reel that I saw recently about, like, how the shipping discourse has kind of got out of control with the fandom because people just keep going, it's not that kind of show. It's not. And it's like, oh my God, it's just shipping. It's part of the fun. Nobody actually thinks Mel and Langdon are going to get together. Relax.
It's not that kind of show in that it's not what the show is about, but also, like, these are human people. And so we're gonna get little tidbits of their lives. Like, it's not this wild thing to think that we're gonna get some sort of something about what they've got going on outside of the job.
Yeah.
Right.
Like, coworkers talk about their lives, at least a little.
Can I read, for dramatic effect, the text message I sent you guys today?
Absolutely.
Yes, please.
I had asked if you had both seen episode 4 yet. You both confirmed yes. And then I said, good, because vindication. I had so much fear that they were queer baiting us and that Whitaker was going to be the surprise person that Garcia is hooking up with. But he's problematically going after the burn victim widow. Garcia Santos canon.
And then we had a whole conversation on whether or not Robert would be allowed to sleep with Mal's wife if Mal died.
I said yes, I would let Robert sleep with my wife if that is what she wanted.
Oh my God.
If it was consensual.
I also said at some point, you guys were sending memes of Hudson Williams and Connor Story, and then I sent the one meme I have of Garen Howell doing, like, the pointing to himself meme, and you guys are like, wrong white boy. I'm like, well, I respect this white boy. He's fucking some dead guy's wife. Game respects game.
Oh my
I feel like it's
Oh
also
my
important to
god.
note that this is the first time that we have not waited until the recording to discuss the episode. Like, I had 7
Mm.
minutes left of the episode, and I called Camille because I was like, "There's some things I need to talk about." And then, like, Robert
And I
texting
was
us
like,
to be
"Shut up."
like, I don't know, something about this one is just juicy.
With season 2, we have not talked about the episodes before recording. We made a decision that we would, like, keep it all like, we would just be silent and be like, "I watched it," and that's it. But yeah, this one we were like, "What the fuck?" It's that, Selena Meyer meme from Veep on HBO where it says chuckles nervously, "What the fuck?"
Like, there's just some messy interpersonal things.
I have to say, this is
I
maybe
love
my
mess.
favorite episode of the 4 so far.
I don't think it was my favorite. I think last week so far has been my favorite.
Mm.
Mm.
I think
I
episode 3
really
was my
liked the
favorite.
first one, and I think some of that may just be the pure joy of, like, we're so back, baby. But, like, no episode has matched my enthusiasm for the first one so far. Not because they haven't been good, I've enjoyed all of them, but, like,
Yeah.
just the pure elation that I felt the first episode cannot be topped.
But yeah, no, I want Whitaker to, unfortunately, I feel like he's going to have to learn this lesson of, it almost kind of feels like a reverse situation where, you know how like they say that you can't or should not date or be involved with a first responder or anything who helps you in a situation because there's like a psychological thing that happens there. Have you guys ever heard about this?
No, I haven't heard that, but makes sense.
Like people feel a natural attraction to like the first responders or people that have helped them in traumatic situations.
Hmm.
And so I don't think that he's intentionally taking advantage of this, but I unfortunately think he might have to learn the hard way that this is not like, you can't do that.
Listen, I know it's all about ethics and all that jazz. I hope he's getting some because I
Oh my
just
god.
Googled how old the average R2 is. Motherfucker's about 28, apparently.
He's what?
Because it's like you average person graduates high school at 18, you do 4 years of college, 4 years of
Babe,
med school.
he's an intern.
Oh, sorry, intern, sorry. R1,
27.
27. A little better. I'm sorry,
Whoa,
R1.
whoa, whoa, pump the brakes. He's
He's
27.
27. That's how old I am. My god.
You got your farm girl locked and loaded?
Not yet. If anyone knows any farm girls, let me know. Wait, but I feel like we gotta talk about the most insane line yet again, because
Oh.
we didn't give it enough love at the
We know
beginning.
Robert definitely loves this one.
Because what are farm benefits? Have you ever seen a milking machine? That is not an
Brother.
image that I wanted. Also, I think my phone is listening to me. I mean, I know my phone is listening to me, but I got, for some reason today, a video, like, on my Instagram Reels of a fucking milking machine. I was like,
Please tell me it was a cow.
oh my god, yes, it was a cow.
Oh, thank God.
I was like, I have never in my life gotten farm content, and here I am looking at a fucking milking machine?
Okay, so I will say though, and you're not allowed to cut this, Robert has read the Morning Glory Milking Farm series.
I've read almost all of them. There's like 4 books out currently. I've read the first 3.
Robert reads the Minotaur smut for the world building, not for the smut.
I don't get me started on this because I will go into like a 10-minute tangent about how the world building of that book series is fantastic, and like the smuts, whatever, 6 out of 10. I don't really care about that. That's not my cup of tea.
It's like a 6-7.
Shut the fuck up.
Camille, you can't tell me to kill myself for saying 6-7 and then you do it. Sorry, Robert, continue to talk about your smut books.
No, I would like to move on to the next part, which is Dr. Al is on Santos. Oh, fuck. Wait, what? Is on Santos about her
Hey, yo.
charting, and Santos gives sass back. Listen, it's not like necessarily poor behavior, whatever, a little sass,
Mhm.
never
Mhm.
unappreciated or like never like a really shitty thing to do, unless it's the wrong person. And this is a very serious attending who does not take nonsense well. So
Yeah, this is also like, this is the first day that you're meeting this, like, this is not the time for this kind of sass. Know your audience, read the room.
Yeah. Yeah. It's not great. And then Dr. Al threatens her having to repeat her R2.
But the way that she says, you wouldn't want to repeat your R2 year again. And the way she says again, I was like, did she already repeat it once?
no,
But like
it's
that, because she was an intern.
It's
Mhm.
And
just
now
the
she-
weird
so-
way that English works, where it's like you wouldn't want to do you wouldn't want to, if you like replace words, if you replace it as you wouldn't want to do this again, would you?
Right. It's just like the
It was
words in the
definitely
order that
worded
they are
weird, yeah.
presented is weird and kind of implies that like she's already repeating her R2.
I had the same thought, but yeah, no, like timeline-wise, there's no way.
Okay,
But also,
that's
like,
what I
how
also
would
thought, but
Dr.
I was
Al
like,
have that tea that if
well,
nobody else did?
yeah, and because I was also wondering if that's why Santos is then off for the rest of the episode, if like
Mhm.
this thing has been thrown in her face.
No, I think that she's off because she's just spent like 2 episodes talking to Javati about how she could definitely do like I can't remember the technical term right now, but like double major basically. Like she could do surgery and emergency medicine. And
Mm.
now she's being told like if you don't get your charting up to snuff, like you're going to have to repeat a year, and that does not go hand in hand with a double specialty, you know?
Right.
Yeah. So Santos then goes out into the ambulance bay where Javati and Whitaker and Dr. Robbie are, and she starts gossiping about Dr. Al to Dr. Robbie. And Javati is like, "You're trying to gossip about an attending to an attending?" And I was like, honestly, God damn. But Whitaker, God bless him, is like, "I don't know. She seems fine to me."
I mean, it is kind of wild for her to just be like, "So do we like her?" But also, again, I am a Santos gossip defender. I think it is normal coworker behavior. However, I don't think I would go to my boss and be like, "So, how do we feel about this other boss?" Like that feels, but also the
Mhm.
hierarchical structures, hierarchical. I don't know.
You said it right the first time.
Okay.
Hierarchical.
Yeah, those things are different at my job versus like in a hospital, I guess. So
So we have 3 incoming. We have Pamela Perry. She's 48. She has, I'm sorry for laughing, abdominal pain and vomiting after eating chilaquiles with fried eggs.
I
White.
love a chilaquiles. Yum.
Patient presents with Caucasian. We also have we also have Gene Samba. He's 54. He has chest pain. This one is big for Whitaker. They do say there's no STEMI, but then Santos says angina. I thought it was angina, like chest
Yeah,
pain.
me too.
I thought it was angina. Is it angina? Am I crazy?
I thought it was angina too.
Medical professionals that listen, am I just like horny or something? Calling it
Listen,
angina? Like,
here's the thing. If you call it angina, I don't care. I'm going to keep calling it angina. I recently had, because of the other content we cover outside of the pit, I recently found out that the Percy Jackson show says Cyclopses instead of Cyclopes, and I'm like, vindication. I've always fucking hated the word
Yeah.
Cyclopes.
no,
Oh, same.
Cyclopes.
Really
It's
hate
Cyclopes.
Cyclopes.
No, no.
I know what is correct. Anyway, yeah, so I'm thinking about, because Robert was like, I'm gonna say angina. It reminds me of a friend that I had in high school. Her dad, anytime we went to a Mexican restaurant, which like I'm from Texas, was a lot, he would order fajitas to embarrass her.
Oh my
And
God.
one of the times, like I thought this was so funny. One of the times my friend like leaned over to me and was like, "Wow, we really are eating out tonight." And I was like, "Incredible joke."
Bazinga.
She was like, got him back.
Vaginas.
The last person who's incoming is Vince Cole. He's 23. He got fucked up because he had a parkour accident. Here's the thing.
Honestly, parkour accident in the big year of our Lord 2026.
And people still do parkour. I occasionally go on TikTok, now not anymore because TikTok is shit now. But I went on
Mm.
TikTok and I would like look up parkour videos, and I just listen. There's something enthralling and invigorating about watching somebody do things I will never do, no matter how much money you throw my way, from the comfort of my bed.
Do you know the first thing that ever comes to mind when you say parkour to me?
Oh, The
Michael
Office.
Scott in The
The Office.
Yeah.
Parkour.
Parkour.
Oh my
It was
God.
almost an
That's
Olympic sport.
amazing.
Now we know why it isn't.
Was that one of the things that was like up when they picked breakdancing? Like, is that why when it almost became
Oh,
an Olympic sport?
maybe.
Shout out to breakdancing, the one and only time it was featured in the Olympics, and then never again.
Ray Gunn really ruined it for all of us. Honestly, an icon. I'm obsessed with her. No hate to Ray Gunn.
McKay, Kwan, and Ogilvy are taking the parkour kid, and Ogilvy is already annoying and wrong.
Well, he's been annoying and wrong.
Just
before.
saying. Yep. But in this episode, he just opened his mouth, and wow. Kwan says somebody's annoying and it's not me.
Hell yeah. Honestly, she's really growing on me because I didn't know how I felt about her at first, but like she's really growing on me.
She clearly knows her shit, and she's just like, we like predicted or like put forth the idea of like, oh, she just doing this for her rotation. She doesn't give a shit really. She wants to pursue another medical field. But she knows her shit, and when push comes to shove, she actually does what she's supposed to do. So
I think she's the smartest one here, and she steps back and is like, I'm gonna get a feel for things before I get in there, and that's honestly smart.
I gotta get in there.
Ooh. So Garcia walks in and she clocks that this girl has a camera immediately. And then Robbie's like, whoa, 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 patient privacy. Like, you can't do this.
I was like, are they really gonna just let this girl film? Because that's crazy.
I was shocked that nobody noticed.
Yeah,
I was like, that's a
same.
massive. I mean, like, the camera itself is very small, but the stabilizing, like, tripod that she's
Yeah.
using.
It's pretty obvious that she's filming.
I think they didn't notice because they were focused on trying to keep this fucking guy alive. He did cry. What was it? He fell like 10 feet through a window or something.
Yeah.
Through a skylight.
Yeah, that's not fun.
No, I haven't tried it, but I'm guessing not. And so,
Falling 9 feet through a skyline, acceptable. Falling 10,
One too many
absolutely
feet.
not. Yeah.
So she has a cut on her hand.
She has a cut on her hand.
And that feels like something that is going to come back and be important, or possibly will not be at
I
all.
don't think it is, but of course, like, the way this show has like trained our brains, we're like,
Yeah.
is she dying?
Well, because I'm like, surely we're not going to have a second situation in which a man and a woman are brought in, and the man is very clearly in worse shape, and then all of a sudden, oh no, now it's her turn.
Mhm.
Like, we're not going to do that
Mhm.
twice in a row. But also, what if we
Right.
are? What if they want me to
Right.
think that? I don't trust anyone.
I also really like that Garcia says, I would have let her stay if she'd asked nicely. Honestly, mood.
To track back to episode 1 real quickly, Mal trusts no one, not even the PITT season 2.
No, I don't trust them. Something is coming, and I am that meme from It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia where he's got the like red string and is like,
Yeah.
you know, that's me all the time. I'm like, I've connected things.
Ogilvy is in McKay's way.
They literally run into each other. And like, I know, okay, so I know from like talking to people who work on the show that one thing about the trauma scenes is that when they were starting to like choreograph them, some of the actors were really nervous about like bumping into each other. And the medical advisors were like, no, it's totally fine. Like, that's absolutely something that would happen. That's fine. Don't worry about bumping into each other. But this is so intentional and they hit hard. And then he just doesn't fucking move. And I was like, I'll gouge your eyes out. I'll become Dana. I'm going right for the eyes. Like, what are you doing? You're in her way. God.
So Ogilvy wants to intubate, and McKay's gonna teach him. His attitude is shitty.
He sucks so bad. He sucks so bad. I hate him so much.
It's again the attitude of like, oh, I know everything. My guy, you're a third-year med student. Shut the fuck up. Garcia's, I guess, appreciative, like, you know, sees his spunk, his moxie. I shouldn't say the word spunk. And he's like, ambitious. Reminds me of someone I know very well. And then we immediately cut to
Santos and Whitaker.
Yep.
LOL. Yeah.
And he is so in her space. Like, if this is what he's like at home, no wonder they're having beef because, dude, back off.
Reminds me of someone I know very well, and then cuts instantly to Santos. Something LGBT is happening.
Something LGBT is happening.
Like, this is crazy. So they're looking at the 12 lead, which is the ECG that they've done, like a repeat 12 lead. And there's no STEMI, which is a heart attack, right? It's like a massive heart attack. We talked about that last season. But Whitaker wants to repeat it with the 12 lead on the back, right? Instead of on this guy's chest, which he's picking up on certain like things that are kind of indicating that maybe they would get a different result or they'd see something different if they did it on the back. Do you guys think that he's like ultra sensitive to heart attacks now because of Mr. Milton?
Oh, 100%.
Like, I feel like he did his like continuing education and was like, let me learn all about heart attacks. Like, he stays up at night all night reading about heart attacks. Like,
yeah, I think that's gonna haunt him for the rest of his life, probably, in the most loving way possible.
Yeah. And then if you watch while they're having this conversation, in the back, you can see Jackson's sister, Jada, walk past. She's come back from chairs and you can see her walking past in the background, which is really cool because then we cut to her having a conversation with Javati and Dr. Al. And Dr. Al seems incredibly fond of Javati, but she is calling her Victoria, which I'm not crazy about. We talked about that last season. It's weird to me. I understand she's not a doctor, but it's just weird to me for her to be calling her Victoria. I don't like it. It's a little too genial. And so Jada doesn't understand why Jackson was tased because she's like, that does not sound like him. Like, he's not violent.
I'm very interested in this story and what exactly happened.
Right.
Because the more information we get, the more it seems like this security guy is really that racist. Like,
I thought you were going to say, really, that bitch.
no, absolutely not.
Robbie does give Whitaker the okay to repeat the ECG on Mr. Samba.
Mr. God willing, if I die,
Oh my
I'll
God.
see the
This
pearly
man wants to
gates.
die so bad. And Robbie's like, can't relate. And I'm like, can't you?
Robbie just doesn't think he's going to heaven. I think that's more the can't relate. Robbie wants to die, but he's like, this better be the end. There better be nothing. I want the abyss.
Lori Diaz is the wife of the DKA patient, and she has arrived. And I will say, ring the bell. I was wrong. Ding, ding, ding.
Ding, ding, ding.
Okay. They are not undocumented. They're uninsured.
Could be both. You could still be right.
But I do want to clarify, because I recognize that because they are Latino, it may have seemed like that's why I was saying that. That's not it. I don't want to come across as having had that be me, like, being racist or anything. I didn't mean it that way. I mean, like, with how on the pulse, no pun intended, the show is with current issues, that's where my brain went. So, but I was wrong. They're uninsured.
Which is also a big issue in this day and age. So
I feel low-key, I shouldn't feel happy this is happening, but that was one of my things that I really wanted from season 1 into season 2, showcasing that, like, hey,
how the fuck can anyone afford this?
Most bankruptcies in this country are from, like, large medical bills. Like, I'm so glad that we're getting a peek, because I imagine this will expand upon further in the next couple episodes. I'm so glad we get to see this peek at, like, hey, the medical industry in America is fucking expensive. And if you don't have insurance, you're fucked.
Yeah. Also, their daughter is providing, like, so much emotional support, which is so real, because she's, like, having to emotionally support both of her parents in this moment. And my heart hurt for her because that's devastating. But then Mohan says that she's going to have Noelle Hastings, which is Robbie's sneaky link, come and take a look at the situation for them. We're back to Whitaker. He can't get the leads to stick because Mr. Samba is sweaty as fuck. But there's nobody to help him. But Perla does give him, like, some sticky stuff to help. But then, like, before he can be like, can you help me? She dips. Because they're all just so busy already.
She's like, I don't want to deal with this. I got shit to do.
Willow is, again, our super glue girl. She has a party to host, and Langdon is going to trim her eyelashes instead of just telling her to wait. This is one of those moments where I got kind of frustrated because I was like, please, God, can you figure out the fucking difference between a walk-in clinic and an ER? Like, if you super glue your eyelashes together, unless your eye is, like, burning and, like, something awful is happening, you don't need to go to the ER for that. Go to a walk-in clinic.
right, yeah.
Like, what are you doing? Especially on the 4th of July.
But I mean, it seems like she specifically went to go and find Dr. J.
Dr. J.
I'm so upset because we made our predictions of who Dr. J definitely isn't, and then we were wrong, and I'm like, ah.
God damn it. So Mr. Samba doesn't feel very well, and Whitaker is doing this ECG again. And as soon as he's looking over these results, he's like, holy shit, this man is having a massive heart attack. Which, like, must be a relief for Whitaker in a way. He's like, oh my God, I caught it this time. Another man is not gonna die on my watch a couple hours into my shift, you know?
So true.
And then Mr. Samba crashes conveniently. So Whitaker, God bless him, he was prepared. He had, like, already put defib pads on before he even did this, so he already had it ready. Like, he is traumatized by Mr. Milton. Good Lord. And then, of course, when, you know, they get him back, they have a pulse, and then Whitaker shows the results to Dr. Robbie, and Dr. Robbie's like, oh, good job, and he fist bumps Whitaker. And then fucking Ogilvy wants a fist bump too, and I'm like, put your fucking fist down, you little bitch. You didn't do shit.
Read the room, Ogilvy.
Ay, ay, ay. Let someone else have a win. So Mel is talking to Santos, and she's like, has a patient ever flirted with you? And Santos says, yes. And then Mel says, there was this guy this morning turned out to be a criminal.
And I'm like, okay, I feel like she's a beautiful woman. Surely someone has flirted with her before.
Oh, yeah.
Because, like, if I flirted with women at work, I'd be flirting. But I don't flirt with women at work because they're doing their job.
And they can't escape
And
you.
they can't escape. So I'm like, did she just catch on to it this time because he was being so obvious about it?
I don't know. Like, because we definitely didn't think that she was picking up on what he was putting down.
But she
But maybe
was.
we underestimated her. I guess we've underestimated her. Sorry, Mel, we love you. Ugh. So there's 5 more hours until Mel's deposition. This has definitely, like, taken her mind off of it, but she is very much still, like, counting down the minutes.
And I do appreciate her giving us a countdown so we know how many episodes we can expect, like, to have to get through before we get to the deposition. Thank you, Mel.
We go in to see Felicia. Santos is clearly out of it because she's still thinking
Yeah.
about this confrontation with Dr. Al-Hashimi. And Mel is talking to Felicia, you know, where do you work? She works at PNC Bank. She thinks she picked up a bug there. She's at the gym all the time. And you can already kind of see that Mel is kind of like forming an idea. Then she also looks up at Santos because Santos is silent, which is not normal for
Unlike
her.
her.
Yeah. One thing about this bitch, she always got something to say.
There were also moments where I was wondering if this was hitting a little too close to home, but then I was like, can we give Santos, like, all the past trauma and issues?
I'm like, can Santos take care of a patient without, like, having Vietnam flashbacks to her past?
She's like, "Hey, yo, Abbott. Me too, buddy."
How? What fucking war did Abbott serve in? The Gulf Wars? Question mark.
You
I don't
ask
know.
me as if I know the fucking wars, bitch. Do I look like a bitch who knows wars?
I would assume this is a question somebody had asked Sean Hannity, right?
I don't know.
Speaking of, when are we gonna see him? I miss him.
Next week? Fingers crossed, maybe?
Presumably, we see him at night at 7:00.
No, because in trailers, we've seen him in, like, SWAT gear, like, medical assistance for SWAT. So, like, he's working during the day? I don't know. We'll see.
This man
So
just went home like 4 hours ago. Like, God.
I don't think he worked overnight because he wasn't there to hand off patients. So, because we haven't seen him at all yet. Santos, yeah, she's totally out of it. She's not asking any questions. She's not like telling Mel what she heard when she listened to her breathing, nothing. So Mel is having to like prompt for everything. But Mel is picking up on the fact that like Santos is not there. But I also liked this like gentle reminder that Mel is her superior.
Yeah, true.
There's a fanfic about that.
Oh God.
I'm sure there is.
Joy is not finding as much joy in removing the glass from this parkour kid's leg as Mel would be.
No, I know. I was like, someone call Mel. Mel needs to be in here. She would love this.
I love how Joy gets asked a question and then Ogilvy. I don't like that part. I don't like Ogilvy, but I like when Joy retorts and she's like, "I didn't realize your name was Joy. I should tell my parents that they were trendsetters."
I'm starting to love her.
Amazing.
I really am. And I'm sorry to episode 1 Joy, who I was like, I don't think I like her.
Mm-hmm.
Ding, ding, ding.
I made a
was wrong.
mistake, Queen. I made a mistake. Yeah, yeah.
Me hate a woman? No.
Never.
Could never be me. We're back.
She's rewriting history. Joy, unfortunately, gets cut by the glass through her glove, which is workplace blood exposure. So she has to have blood tests and all that kind of stuff.
I don't think she needs to do blood tests, just like, put finger in the mouth, wipe it off, put a band-aid, you're good.
Where's the department vampire? I said it last week.
In all seriousness, yes. And also they don't know anything about this patient. They don't know if he has HIV. So like they got to go through the protocols. I like the way Robbie says that where he's, where she's like, well, what does this mean? And he's like, well, you're now a patient for the next, until we get through this.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And so Robbie suggests a dose of PEP while she waits, which is a post-exposure prophylactic. But I love the double entendre that, like, she does need a little pep. More patients from Westbridge are arriving. Dr. Al asks if they want to bring Langdon back yet. Dr. Robbie says no. And then they're talking about the betting board. And, like, what the fuck? She says she'll buy him a drink with her winnings. And I'm so goddamn confused. People... Okay, I'm sorry. I know this sounds a little bitchy. Why are the women in this universe so thirsty for that old man?
I can't say anything because I'm thirsty for an old man. That being said, you know what's a funny meme that I keep seeing is people being like, "Oh, Robbie didn't care about Dr. Al until she was like, I'm not here for a commitment," and he's like, "Oh, hello, we're in business now.
Robbie's like a woman not looking for commitment.
You want to make mistakes with me? Let's go."
Yeah, no, my note was just, what the fuck is happening? So we're back with Jada and Jackson, the taser patient and his sister. She's doubling down. He's not aggressive. He's in a good relationship. He's in law school. I told you guys last week,
Yep.
boom, that he was quoting like statutes and stuff. So I did say the state of Pennsylvania. My bad. I forgot it's a Commonwealth. I keep like that. I don't what anyway.
What is a commonwealth?
Bitch, that's the point. I don't know. I'm an American. Of course I don't know. What the fuck?
A commonwealth is a traditional term for a political community founded for the common good, often signifying a state or nation where supreme power is vested in the people, a republic.
So basically not what anything in the US is at all.
I still don't understand. If anyone has a hyperfixation on commonwealths versus states, let us know. pittcrewpodcast@gmail.com.
There's one political science major who's about to jizz themselves and then write us an email.
Hold on, because I am very close to a political science major from the state, the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania, so hold on.
We learned so much.
Okay, I'll see if she responds.
So Jada mentions something about like the fact that Jackson encourages her to follow her dreams even if her parents disown her. And I'm like, I need the tea.
No, for real. You can't just drop something like that and then not tell us, girl. I'm nosy.
Javati, she can't drop something like that and you not ask what the fuck she's talking about. Hello? This is like when a man is like, oh, did you know this couple broke up? And you're like, what? No way. What happened? And he's like, I don't know. Like, Javati.
Ask
get
a
your
follow-up
shit.
question.
Mac and I, and like you guys know which friend it is, but we have a common friend where her ex is he's a guy, all right. And every time I've hung out with that friend recently, Mac has been like, you need to get all the detail. I'm gonna send you with a fucking questionnaire and a notepad.
I will add to that questionnaire. So Princess comes in and she hands results, like test results, to Javati. And as she does, she says, the new radiologist is a hottie. Mateo? Are we talking about Mateo?
I hope so.
Did Bestie get a promotion? Well, not a promotion, but like, did he?
I feel like that would unfortunately I feel like this is a new person just because I don't think you would be like, "Oh, he's a hottie," unless
But
you
Javati
didn't.
is like giggly when they say it. So I think that Mateo and Javati are hotties together. And what's happening is maybe that's why there's beef between Javati and her mom. Because her mom is like, you can't date in the workplace. And she's like, fucking you did. So that's my theory. I think that the radiologist is Mateo.
All right. Can't wait for you to be wrong.
And the beef between Javati and Shamsi, I want to see Mateo so bad.
Also, my Pennsylvania correspondent got back to me. She says there's no real difference between a state and a commonwealth. I think it comes from an old English legal term, LOL. That's what she said.
Boo.
So
wanna
basically, it's the
see-
same thing.
Anyway, Mr. Montrose has a fractured tailbone. This is the really old flirty guy. It takes 6 weeks to heal, but this guy apparently is like Hugh Hefner. He has dinner date on Saturdays, which I guess means he has a dinner date today, and then a nightcap, and then breakfast in bed. I'm so uncomfortable. I don't know about you guys.
He's just being old man. By the way, shout out to everyone who keeps messaging us and emailing us being like, oh, he's from this. And I'm like, I have never watched that. Thank you for telling me he's from that though.
Most people have been saying he's the hot guy from Flashdance.
I have never seen Flashdance.
I haven't either. So sorry.
I have,
But like valid.
no, I recognize his like old face. Like I have seen.
No, it's his old face.
I have seen this man
She's like,
before.
no, geriatric.
Not when he was young and hot. I've seen this old guy before. I feel like he honestly probably just looks like some other old man that we are all thinking of. So I think we need to expand out to old men who look like him.
Oh, great. Call in the experts. So he wants to know if there's anything else that McKay can do to help him. And she said that there's a procedure that she can do to help. And I will get to it when it happens. I was not fucking prepared. She said procedure. My guy.
Uh-huh.
Okay. So
Yeah.
anyway,
McKay's got a lot going on because she also
Lord.
makes eye contact with the flirty soccer guy Brian again.
And he's like, "I won't be seeing you again." And she's like, "As a patient, no." It's like, girl, control yourself.
They've given us nothing to set this up. And so I'm very uncomfortable because I'm like, we have not seen them interact.
Here's the setup. At 7 a.m., she's like, "Man, it's been forever since I got laid." Here at 10 a.m., a semi-attractive man is flirting with her, and she's like, "You know what? Fuck it. What's the worst that can happen? Hey, I'm gonna be at this museum later at 9 o'clock."
Is it normal to go to an art gallery at 9 p.m.? Are they open at 9 p.m. on a holiday?
That does not feel normal.
Is that just like a cool person thing? But also, this is coming from the woman who last season was like, "Do you want to go try the new foot massage place with me this weekend?" Like, maybe she's just, I don't know what she's into outside of work, man.
Let her be a quirky white woman, like, God forbid.
Ogilvy is feeling very confident. He has intubated, he has resuscitated, and he wants to drain this abscess on Louis's tooth. And Whitaker's like, no, you can watch.
Isn't that a common saying in like teaching hospitals? Watch one, learn, or watch one, do one, teach one.
Potentially. I'm not sure. So we also get a lore drop. We finally hear about Dr. Collins because they're talking about Louis needs a dentist, and they said, well, we could get Dylan in here. And Louis says, well, where's Dr. Collins? So Dr. Collins finished her residency, moved to Portland, which is where she's from, and took a job as an attending there, and she's adopting a baby. Good for her.
I'm not opposed to the way they wrote her character out of the show and like how they explained it. What I am opposed to is Whitaker telling her entire fucking story to Louis. I'm like, a lot of this seems pretty confidential. Why do you know half of this shit?
That's a good question.
Where did he get the lore drop? Because it's made kind of obvious to us that because Robbie starts to come into the room and we can tell by his face that he did not know this. He is learning this as we are.
Oh, is that the vibe you got?
Yes.
I didn't.
I got
Okay.
the vibe of like he's walking into like memories he'd rather not visit and like he leaves.
What is this, Pete's?
Yeah, I don't know. I didn't get the vibe that he didn't know. I got the vibe that like he didn't want to think about Collins. But I don't know.
I got the vibe that he didn't know and he was hearing this and being like, oh, okay. So also, I would just like to say, I would like to make a request. Dr. Whitaker, if you ever say the word juiciest ever again while talking about a tooth abscess, I'll kill you. I'll smack your little Victorian orphan face. I swear to God. That was the most disgusting. Oh God, don't ever say that word again in a hospital setting unless you're talking about, never mind. So we are back to Mohan and Noelle Hastings, the case manager. And Noelle says that Orlando, who's the diabetic patient, he and his wife have multiple jobs, but they don't really offer insurance. But they make too much money to get Medicaid. They make too much money, but they also don't make enough money. So, like, it's just this disaster. I guess I kind of understand the implication that she did go and talk to the family and get all of this information, but then she tells Mohan what she thinks their best option is, which is Affordable Care Act. But I'm like, why are we not seeing her telling the family this? Why is she seems so detached and I don't like it.
Right. Yeah.
Is that the vibe you guys got?
Yeah. It seems like a very sensitive thing to be talking to just Mohan about. Like,
I'm like, it's your realm of expertise. Why are you not sitting down with the family and telling them this?
Right. Yeah. Like, I can understand you doing this like while the doctor is in the room, but like because it doesn't feel right that like Samira should have to go and kind of play a
Samira's
game
not
of
going to have the
telephone.
information. Right. Samira's not going to have that information to give them. Like, she's not going to be able to answer their questions. That's not her job. that's Noelle's job.
And I mean, I guess we don't know that she doesn't go in there to talk to them too, and like she's just talking to Mohan first, but like,
But then also, like, that's not Mohan's business then.
yeah.
So I don't understand why we didn't just get to see her telling the family. And also, it would have done wonders to making us like her more. But right now, the way it stands is I like her a little bit less because I missed out on this opportunity of seeing her with patience. So I don't know. Anna, the daughter, is clearly upset because she overhears this. She doesn't know that her parents don't have insurance. And you can tell that she definitely like feels the burden of having to take care of her family, which is super sad. Emma is taking Kwan's blood after getting the glass prick. She was sitting across from a prick, and then she got pricked. Emma is taking Kwan's blood, and Dana is teaching her you have to put your initials and the time and the date on the vial or the lab won't take it. And she's super anxious about all of this. But then Kwan, never have I ever, I'm sorry, never have I ever looked when someone is taking my blood.
Oh, I watch.
Why the fuck are you saying it like that, you freak? I
Oh, I watch.
I love to watch.
I'm a mixed bag because sometimes I think it was mainly when I was younger that I was like, oh, I don't want to look. Oh god, it's terrible. And nowadays I'm like, yeah, I don't care. Take my blood. It's just blood, whatever.
Yeah, no, they can take my blood, but I'm not gonna look. I put my arm out and I turn my head fully the other direction and I do not look until I know that it's over. And then I'm like, okay, now I can relax. I do not want to see it.
Oh, that's
Even
wild.
when I donate blood, I don't look.
I'm just very fascinated by the blood coming out of my body.
The one part about either having my blood drawn or donating blood that I never like is I can feel like the pressure of like the blood leaving my vein. I never liked that feeling.
I don't like that I can feel. So I'm one of those people who I swear I can feel. I know it's like a rubbery tip on the needle. I know it's not stiff after they puncture, but like I swear I can feel it in my arm and I hate it. I'm scared to move. So anyway.
The one time I had to be hospitalized and like stay in the hospital for a few days or whatever, and they had an IV on me. I'm like, I did not like it at all. I also knew it was not like a needle in me. It's like the fucking plastic around the needle or whatever the fuck it is. I didn't like it. The second they took it out, I'm like, oh bless, I'm so happy.
Yeah. No, last time I was hospitalized, I had them in either hand. And so I literally was like, I can't use my hands. And they're like, you can. And I'm like, no, I can't move them. So Emma goes to write her initials and the time and the date on the vial, but then she drops it and it doesn't crack when it hits the floor. She puts her foot up and it rolls off of her foot and then it gets crushed by a gurney. Rip.
Kwan, I hope you're ready to give more blood.
I was going to say, is this going to be a lesson in like always get a little bit more than you need or something like that?
No, I think it's gonna be a lesson in don't fucking drop the vials of blood. Dana immediately calls environmental to like clean it up because hey, that's blood on the floor. You can't have that in a hospital.
In a hospital?
Honestly, though, the way that Dana is just so chill every time she like this whole situation, I was just so impressed with Dana because she's very much like, okay, time, date, initials, like that's all you have to do. And then the second the blood drops, she's like, we need environmental. It's just like so chill, so level-headed, like it's no big deal. We're just dealing with the punches as they come. I'm like, Dana, you rock. This is a Dana appreciation post by me.
Yeah. This is a Dana appreciation podcast.
Yeah.
We're coming straight for the eyes, man.
Anyway, we're back with the parkour kid. His friend comes in and is asking questions. Scans are all fine, everything looks good, but then his friend points out, he's like, okay, what's that? And that is blood pooling like behind him.
Ogilvy, you little rat bitch. He has a smile on his face.
Okay, so
everybody's like, whoa, 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 whoa.
And this Ratman, like, affectionately, Ogilvy is
Ratman derogatory.
Yeah, like, to be clear.
So parkour kid gets turned around. There's a 2-centimeter incision on his back, and they're like, oh, it might be glass. Ogilvy takes initiative. And he's like, oh, it's a little piece of glass. I'll just pull it out. But it's massive and it's in an artery. Hey, so a fun fact for all of you listening. If there is something in you that has penetrated you via stabbing, don't take it out.
Yeah, no, and now this kid is like bleeding profusely. Like, bro, this is an arterial bleed. Jesus.
Okay, also, like, I am not in the medical field in any way, shape, or form, and even I know that, like, if there is something that is impaling you and there is not blood, you leave it, or there is just a little bit of blood, like, there's gonna be a lot more if you take the thing out. Don't take
I
the
l
fucking
Mhm.
thing out.
I like that we're prefacing it being like, "Even us fucking idiots, we know you don't take it out of your body."
So what the fuck is wrong with this guy who's been through how many years of medical school?
Well, I wanna say that when they do finally pull the glass out, the size of that, I want you guys to understand when I have told the story about stepping on glass, that is the size of the shard that I stepped on. That was how big the shard of glass was that I stepped on. That's what it looked like. So, anyway. So we're back to the lady with the cough, Felicia. She has aspiration pneumonia, but Mel thinks that this is caused by bulimia. So aspiration pneumonia basically means that you aspirated something likely from vomiting, something like a foreign something from your body gets into your lungs. And Mel says if it's not in the differential, it won't be it won't be in the diagnosis, which I looked it up. Basically that just means if you don't ever even consider it, you can't diagnose it. So
That makes sense.
if you never consider the fact that your car may be running out of gas, then you're not going to be able to diagnose the fact that your car won't start because you don't have gas. But she's also very much like feeling back to herself, which I love to see. I love Mel. I love the
Yeah.
pep in her step
And all it took was a criminal flirting with her.
and smacking her head on the ground. I know, part of me is like, is she happy because she smacked her head and something's wrong?
Yeah. Is she happy because she's concussed?
Is she dying?
Though I guess if you're gonna get a bang to the head, the best place to do it is the ER because they'll
Hey, yo.
check you out real good.
So, Dr. Jefferson is back. Dr. Jefferson is a psychiatrist. We've talked about him before. He was in previous episodes. He's the doctor in a wheelchair. He is a psychiatrist, so he's not like emergency medicine like the rest of them. His vibe to me is so weird in this scene. Comes in to talk to Jackson, and Jackson is sedated, and he doesn't know that. But he's like grabbing his shoulder and kind of like shaking him and being like, "Can you hear me? Can you talk to me?" And I like to me, I was like, "That's aggressive."
It did feel a little aggressive, especially if you're coming in to do like a psychiatric consultation on someone who was very
Agitated.
agitated. Agitated feels like such a loaded word, and maybe it's not, but
But I think it's accurate for the state that he was in. That's correct.
how do you know that he's not going to be like that again, you know? Like if you start shaking his shoulder,
Mm,
like, I don't know, it just feels like did they not obviously they didn't give him the information that like he was sedated. So then it's like what does he think he's walking into? Like what does he know about this situation if he didn't even know he was sedated? I don't know. It's the whole thing is weird. And I'm saying I don't know if it's Dr. Jefferson's fault.
right. But then he goes to Javati and he's really annoyed with her, which is valid that she like called him down before this patient could even talk. So there's no point in him being there.
Right.
But the way that he talks to Javati, like I fully admit to the fact that I'm just an incredibly sensitive person. So I take this very differently than a lot of people would, is that I'm just like, oh, that would have hurt my feelings. I was just on a roll. I'm sorry. I wasn't trying to like, you know. But I'm very soft. I'm a very sensitive person. My friends know this.
One time I told Camille that I wish that she lived closer so we could hang out more, and she like burst into tears. So Camille is a very sensitive person.
We were on the phone and then I was like, I can't believe you would say that to me. And she said, say what? And then it was like 2 full minutes of me not being able to answer because I was crying really hard. Mind you, this is the middle of the workday for me and I was sobbing. And then my period started the next day.
So yeah.
Yeah. So anyway, my girlies know. But we cut back to the trauma room with the parkour kid, and Ogilvy may remind Garcia of Santos, but not enough that she like forgives his missteps.
And listen, me too, girl.
Deadass.
Listen, you literally posted a clip on our Instagram that it was me being like, I hate Ogilvy. I don't care that he's a new Santos. I hate him. And you were like, yeah, but would you feel differently if he was a hot woman? And I was like, I mean, obviously, we all would have guessed that I would feel differently if this was a hot woman.
And I hope you appreciated that I did put a very sapphic song over top of that edit for you.
Yes, I appreciated it.
Yeah, there you go.
I
Yeah.
enjoyed that video. That video needed more love.
But yeah, she comes in and she's like, who's the idiot that did this? And he's like, oh, I just thought it was a small piece of glass. And she says,
leave the decision making to the adults.
Right. And last season, she said, well, she's an intern. She's gonna make mistakes. And I'm like, Well, that excuse goes even further for him considering he's a medical student. But she's like, no grace for you, bitch.
Listen, Garcia had a crush, okay? And you know what? She's valid for that. And I respect her even more for hating men, okay? Thank you.
Nurse Sophie says that radiology has called, and they missed the shard of glass on the scan. Oh,
Too little, too late. Oof.
a resident missed it.
Robbie mentions first week in July syndrome, which is a widespread, though scientifically debated belief that teaching hospitals are less safe during the first week of July due to an influx of new, inexperienced medical interns and residents starting their training.
Rip. They also call it the July effect, so.
I think it's less cause and effect, and I think it's just heavy coincidence.
Yeah.
I mean, because you also have to consider, like, first week of July, you also have the 4th of July in there when people are notoriously very careful with explosives.
When people are coming in with explosions, with a terrible case of explosions.
So, okay. So Dr. Jefferson and Dr. Robbie are finally having a conversation, and Dr. Jefferson is trying to help Robbie find the right psychiatrist. So I'm feeling a little bit better about him now. I like him a little bit more. I'm still kind of shaky.
I did love the exchange where, you know, he says it would be a conflict of interest for him to be Robbie's therapist. And Robbie's like, why? Because we're friends. And he goes, oh, you use the F word. Robbie's like, yeah, I use lots of F words. Perhaps this therapy thing is working.
I know the joke is he says fuck, but like, is Robbie, are you admitting to calling slurs, to saying slurs to gay people? There are so many gay people on your staff. Stop saying slurs, Robbie.
Oh my god. Dr. Jefferson also suggests Zoom therapy, like remote therapy. And Dr. Robbie does this stupid gesture and says motorcycle trip is Zoom therapy. Bro, shut the fuck up. You're not a dad. You can't make dad jokes.
It's so hard to defend this man sometimes. I'm like, Robbie, can you take something seriously for once? For once.
No. And then Whitaker joins in on the gossip of the betting board. He puts in a bet. He puts in $40 because that direct deposit hit. Ooh. The direct deposit hit and he already has cash in his pockets. What?
He immediately went to like the fucking ATM and was like taking out money. It's really funny to me. This is the first money that he's ever made. His first fucking proper paycheck, unless we want to have like Whitaker backstory that he worked in like a CVS or something. It's just really funny to me that he's like, yes, the important things.
Betting.
Who needs rent? Listen, let it ride.
Is this the first thing he spent his big boy doctor money on?
Yes.
Betting at work. I will say, betting at work is very fun. My coworkers and I do it all the time. We have all sorts of bets. Never really for money. We did one time, each put in $1 and bet how long, we bet how much our raises were going to be last year, and we each put in $1. But then we also will bet, like, how long is this meeting gonna go? How, like...
Yeah, I was just going to say, by the nature of my job, there is no betting happening.
By the nature of my job, because I work in a production factory, there's 100% a guy who walks around like roughly once a week being like, hey, you want to put some money towards getting a lottery ticket? I'm like, yeah, sure, here's $5. And then like a communal lottery ticket of like 20 different tickets, and we never fucking win. Does that stop me from spending $5 every week? Absolutely not. Let it ride, baby.
Well, yeah, because if you do it enough times, one of these times you're gonna win, and that's how they get you.
Shout out to my boyfriend. We were watching videos the other day, and he's like, hey, what happens if I like bet $50 on red and $50 on black in roulette? And I'm like, you would walk out net neutral. You would have gained $50 and then lost $50. And he's like, oh,
math. So, okay. He also was kind of just like getting in on the rapport of like everything going on with it. And they're like, oh, okay, we like this new Whitaker. And I like this for him.
I know. I love the way that they all just kind of embrace him. I was like, oh, he's making friends.
I mean, like that, but also, okay, white chocolate, settle down.
So, okay, Willow's eye is still glued shut, and she is still asking for Dr. J. And Langdon is like, I haven't been here in a while. I don't know a Dr. J. Okay? And she's like, she's one of the best doctors in Pittsburgh. And she shows Langdon her phone. And wouldn't you fucking know it, it's Giovanni.
Sure is.
I had to pause it and like do a deep inhale and exhale. I'm like, there's no fucking way fucking rule-following, sheltered-ass Javadi out here on TikTok or whatever, being like, I'm a doctor. I'm like, no, you're not.
I mean, I feel like she probably says that because she does clarify, but we'll see. We'll get back to it because now we have to, as soon as they put lube on McKay's finger, my immediate reaction was, oh, wait, hold on. No. I was like, oh, wait, no, hold on. Oh, no, I thought we were doing a procedure.
There's that meme from Marvel's The Punisher where he's like, wait, no.
I'm just going to read my next note here, all caps. She got to reduce the fracture from within his booty hole. I didn't need to see all that cheek. I didn't know we were going to have to start a whole tally.
There have been too many butts on this season already.
We've had 2 butts and 1 dick.
We've had more than 2 butts. We've had 3 butts.
3?
What's the third
What?
butt?
Who? Oh, you're right.
Parkour Kid.
The parkour kid. We got 3 butts.
We had 2
3
butts this fucking episode alone.
Yeah.
Damn.
This is a very butt-heavy episode.
Tres cheeks. in esta economía, yeah, that's a lot of cheek.
Camille, you're Spanish. Okay, calm down, white chocolate. All right.
I think that's Robert's favorite line from the season.
It's so fucking funny to me. Just walking around and being like, okay, hold on, white chocolate. I'm friends with mainly white people. I'm dating a white guy who absolutely sometimes needs to be told, all right, settle down, white chocolate.
Hold your horses. To get a little white chocolate here, hold your horses. All right.
Get a load of this
All right,
guy.
partner. Well, we did. We did, unfortunately, get a load of this guy. I really didn't need to see all that. I love the authenticity of this show, right? Again, we have talked about how much we appreciate that there is no sexual nudity in the show, that it's all very anatomical. But so I say this jokingly, but also like, can we find him a waxer? Is there a department waxer?
Old white dude with that kind of situation going on, canon, 100%,
So anyway, she does reduce the fracture, and he goes in to hug her, and she's like, nope. I like that she has her finger up.
Now that we're done with all that, we come back to Felicia. Her enamel is worn down in the back of her teeth. Stomach acid wears away at your teeth. Eating disorders can have long-term effects on your teeth and mouth and heart and your digestive system and your bones. Eating disorders, not great.
They fuck you up.
Mm.
Yeah, they do look inside her mouth, and the enamel is worn down on the backs of her teeth, and she just wants medicine. She's defensive. She doesn't want to admit to having an eating disorder. She just wants some medicine and to get the fuck out, right? She doesn't, I mean, and that's very common when someone is being confronted with somebody clocking their tea, right? They get defensive and they want to get out. We are back to Langdon and Javadi with Willow, and the shit that Langdon gives Javadi, this is good-spirited shit giving, right? I love this, okay?
Langdon is definitely the more chill parent because, listen, it's all fun and jokes and whatever. Javadi is technically breaking the law by being like, hi, I'm a doctor. I'm the best doctor in Pittsburgh when she's not a doctor.
But I don't think she's actually saying that. What I'm getting is that she is posting online as student Dr. Javadi, and that probably what's happening is that this girl is like, again, media literacy. She's not paying attention to that. And she's just being like, she's the best doctor. And so she says that
she's the best doctor because I saw her on TikTok.
Hell yeah, bestie.
I know we don't like giving medical advice on this show, but don't find your doctor on TikTok.
Probably not, yeah.
Delete your TikTok.
Yeah, also delete your TikTok. We had last season the fucking girl who got like the silicone in her butt from a guy on TikTok who wasn't even like a doctor or anything, just a guy with a fucking like silicone cock from Home Depot or whatever.
That, and then we also had the influencer with the mercury poisoning.
Yeah.
And I wonder if that's where Javadi got the idea from, because she was asking questions about like, how many followers do you have and all this other kind of stuff, right?
My other concern is, why is she telling the internet where she works? Like, why does this girl know that this is where Dr. J works? That scares me.
No, that's very true. But I love the fact that Willow is like, oh, I love your videos. I've watched every single one of them. The one about coping with difficult coworkers was super helpful. And Langdon goes, I gotta watch that.
That, I got that, like, made me feel anxious because, like, none of my coworkers know about my, like, online ventures, and I wanna keep it that way. I don't even talk about my coworkers on here, but, like, I would be so embarrassed if any of them discovered this.
Mal has a podcast where no matter what we're talking about, a finger is in a butt.
Yeah, if you're my coworker and you're listening to this, like, please never tell me that you've heard this, because I would like, the fact that, like, I'm not even talking about my coworkers and I don't want them to, like, I can't imagine getting online and talking about your coworkers, like, oh my gosh.
I love a subtweet. So I actually really think that Langdon and Javati have this great little mentor-mentee thing going on. I noticed it last season in that he calls her Dr. Javati when they're looking at like an ECG, afterwards he called her Dr. Javati. And so like there are these little things I've been picking up on between the two of them. I think they have a really interesting little relationship here. Langdon says, "How many followers do you have, Dr. J?" And she says, "More than you'd guess, Dr. Langdon." And I was like, I need to know.
We need a number.
We need a number. Is it more than us? Because we're, like, pretty famous now. Our good friend Mr. Diaz has only been taking half of his insulin because he's rationing it, because insulin is not cheap, because pharmaceutical companies suck, and they like to take life-saving medication and make them really fucking expensive because people have no choice but to pay it. Ha ha ha!
Fuck
Ha
you,
ha!
Martin Shkreli.
And, like, lots of people have died because of rationing insulin, so real problem.
Young people, too.
Uh-huh.
And one thing that he points out is that it's not the insulin that he can't afford. He says it's the test strips. He can't afford the test strips for his glucose monitor, which is just crazy. I mean, I can't imagine trying to manage diabetes without health insurance.
Yeah.
And so he says he had a job that had health insurance, but then he lost it due to COVID. Oh my God, I can't. That's so, ugh, what a nightmare. By the way, can we mention the comment that we got from someone about
Oh my
the
god.
worst blood sugar they'd ever seen literally broke their machine? I think they said higher than 1,500.
I didn't even know that was possible.
I posted a meme about it like on our story, and it's just that photo of like Tai Lung from Kung Fu Panda looking at a computer in complete shock because we were like, what the fuck?
Yeah, we were like,
That's insane.
oh my god.
Yeah, somebody commented on our episode from last week and was like, the worst I ever saw literally broke our machine. And Jesus Christ.
And then I was like, is this person okay? Yes, this is, please. Don't break HIPAA or anything, but like, is that person okay?
Is this person stateside? Like,
I think we're gonna have to do like a John Mulaney thing where it's like something happened here. You hope it was a miracle, but probably not.
I didn't know he knew how to do that.
Mr. Diaz's daughter Anna starts a GoFundMe, but he doesn't want that. He thinks it's embarrassing, so he's like, shut it down. Apparently, the GoFundMe has made some money. I don't know about y'all, but from my understanding and experience, like GoFundMe is very rare. If you're not like somebody with anything of a following or you don't have friends with followings or whatever, your GoFundMe kind of doesn't pick up.
Unless you go viral, it's so hard to make any kind of money because I think it's an exhausted resource. Like at first, it was great. And then there are just, unfortunately, the more people need help, the more people get exhausted with helping. And so they stop. And then they also have these moments of like, well, I don't know, is this real? Because they see it so much. And I'm like, yes, that many people really need help. Yes, our country is that fucked up. Sorry that that's not believable to you, but So Langdon comes back to check on Louis. Louis asks for a drink, and Langdon does not smile at all. I think Langdon's kind of feeling a little tender about the whole addiction situation here, and he offers him water or orange juice.
I half expected Louis to be like, could I get some champagne in the orange juice or like a screwdriver or,
I love a screwdriver. I love a mimosa.
I'm very big on the joke of like, well, we have water or orange juice. I pick or.
Okay, Kip Grady.
Okay, Kip. But also, okay, we get another lore drop. We finally get the name of Langdon's daughter. She's 3 years old now, and her name is Penny. And so we're keeping up the trend of awful fucking names with the Langdon family.
That's an ice cold take. Penny is a precious name. It's precious.
For a
I think
dog?
It's adorable. No, it's cute. It's cute. Especially if her name is like Penelope or something and they just shortened it to Penny. Like, that's cute.
Penelope is fine. But, like, I'm sorry. You're telling me that your family is Frank, Tanner, Abby and Penny.
Yeah, it's cute.
Like, okay, so the youngest
Frank
one of
is
you
the
is
worst name of the
62 years
bunch.
old, right? Bruh, Tanner's the worst.
Tanner's just a white boy name.
I actually can't say shit about Frank because again, I have a brother named Frank. I don't mind the name. It's a great name. I just give him shit because it's my brother's name, right? Like that's my bit of the joke is that that's my brother's name. You can't be hot and have my brother's name.
I
Sorry.
mean, right.
But the name Tanner is awful.
No, Tanner is a white boy in a fraternity. Like that's who Tanner is.
Exactly. That's why I hate it. I'm like, I'm sorry. If you come in and you're like, yes, this is the family. This is Frank, Abby, Penny, and Tanner. I'm going to be like, and the youngest one is what, 62? Jesus. So anyway, the dog is tearing up the yard, right? And Louis starts recommending grass, like how he should seed the yard and put up a temporary fence to keep the dog out of it while the grass is growing. And I looked it up because I'm a nosy bitch. I Googled perennial ryegrass. It grows quickly, it's soft, it's durable, and it's non toxic for dogs. Apparently, it does well with high foot traffic. So there you go. Louis tells us that he was a groundskeeper. And, like, again, I think I might have said this last week. Maybe. I know I thought it. I don't know if I said it. I genuinely think he must have been a groundskeeper for a baseball field, and that's why he knows Mr. Fireworks.
Well, we definitely talked about there being fireworks at baseball because I brought up like Friday
Right.
night fireworks at the Astros
Right.
growing up. So I think you said that.
I think I mentioned it, but that's my suspicion, and I'm sticking with it. Robbie sees Langdon with Louis, and he's not thrilled about it. And then Dr. Al wants Langdon to come back into the ED to help, to leave triage. But then, okay, again, I don't like this. She commends Langdon on being in the PHP, which is the Physician Health Program. That's supposed to be confidential. It's okay, so I'm just going to read. It's specialized, confidential, and generally state-based program designed to assist healthcare professionals struggling with mental health, addiction, burnout, or behavioral issues. She should not know about this that I'm aware of, and two, she should not be talking about this to him in front of people. Not that there was anyone standing directly around, but like wild.
She's gonna get sued before the end, I guarantee.
A lot of people last week when she was reading Jackson's talk screen results were like, isn't she violating HIPAA? And it's like, technically, yeah, but in the ED, that kind of just happened a lot, apparently.
But she's literally reading it to this security guard.
Mainly
Which
to be
is
like,
crazy.
hey, that guy you tased, there was nothing going on with him. You just tased him for no reason. It was mainly to tell the cops more than to tell the security guard, like, hey, this might be a hate crime.
Yeah. Ugh. But anyway, Robbie talks to Dana. She offers a penny for his thoughts, but he says they're expensive, and she says she's on a budget. Take it or leave it. I love that she's on a budget.
Dana rocks.
I love that she's being frugal. He wanted to be on his sabbatical when Langdon came back. Dana again says that they were down a person. And then she says they were close, and this could be the universe's way of telling them that it's time to make good. Robbie says maybe, maybe not, and then walks away. And I'm like, I'm going to trip him.
Robbie, again, this is childish behavior.
I'm going to stick my foot out and trip him. I'm going to knock him down.
It's been 10 months. You've had time to get over this, Kang.
Mm-hmm. He's put in the work. Have you?
You've had time to address this in therapy, and guess what? It seems like you have still yet to pick a therapist. So...
We cut back to Felicia, and she does admit to making herself vomit. She says that her family is very centered around food, which, as a Southerner, I get it. I also think that that is also very common for African-American families. Food is a big part of the culture. And so she says she stopped before, but then she went through a breakup this year and relapsed. But college was all about looks, which is kind of where it started. And she also says that she wants to meet with a Black woman therapist. And again, this is why representation in healthcare is so important. This is why it's so important to be able to see yourself in your doctors, to see people who look like you everywhere. Black women understand Black women in a way that none of us ever will.
Right.
Nobody will ever understand a Black woman better than another Black woman. They go through very unique things that I will never be able to understand. And I acknowledge that. And that's not an insult to white women therapists or male therapists or Black male therapists. Like, no, she wants someone who understands where she's coming from, someone who it's not going to be a big reach to understand, right? I also love our little woke queen. Mel says that Black women's eating disorders go underdiagnosed. And then Mel starts talking about how she thought that she had an eating disorder because of textures and taste and stuff like that. And I was sitting here going, oh my God, she's implying like ARFID. Do you guys know what ARFID is?
No clue.
Okay, Robert, ARFID is avoidant restrictive food intake disorder. So it's like if you don't like the smell or the texture or the taste or the look of a food, like your body literally has like a visceral, like, I will throw up before I put this in my body reaction. It's like a phobia kind of a thing.
I've definitely had that for some foods.
There are some like content creators that have it. I think it's very interesting. I'm not sure that, you know how some people like, I'm trying to find the best way of saying this. Some people make content based off of disorders or whatever, and they're like spreading awareness for it. But at a certain time, it gets to the point where you're like, is this performative? This feels performative to me. And there are certain influencers or content creators out there that like their whole thing is about having ARFID, and like I've seen so much of it for some reason. I don't know why it came through my algorithm so heavy a while ago.
I was getting that for a minute as well.
And there are a couple very well-known content creators whose posts are about ARFID. But I looked into it, and ARFID and autism are actually very like they very commonly go hand in hand, specifically because of the fact that like autistic people have issues with like textures and things like that. So like I have some autistic friends who like they don't want their food to touch on their plate,
Mm.
right? They're very specific about their foods, very specific about their foods. And like when they don't like a food, they do not like it. Like you could not pay certain friends of mine to eat seaweed or mushrooms or anything. I love seaweed. I love mushrooms. But I have certain friends who have autism who are like, absolutely not.
I mean, you could not pay me to eat a raw tomato.
Every few years, as someone whose family is Sicilian, I take a little cherry tomato and I'm like, you know what? Maybe I've grown up to the point where this will be okay. And I'll pop it in my mouth and I bite down on it. And then I'm like, ooh. But now I have braces, so I can't do that. So, phew.
I've been brave recently and trying foods that I knew I didn't like when I was like 15 or whatever, because they say like your taste buds, like the cells in your taste buds, like
Develop.
develop and
Mhm.
like all the cells in your body like replenish after like what 8 years I think it is. So in theory, you could like foods now that you didn't like when you were a kid, and some of the foods that I didn't like when I was a kid, I like now. Others, I'm still very like I'm very picky about mushrooms. I do not like mushrooms.
Mm.
Mel just wants Santos to know, like, she's here to talk if she ever needs it. And Santos is like, don't, like, about what? But Mel is picking up on the fact that something is bothering Santos. Santos is, talking about her notes and how she needs to get her notes done. And Mel suggests using dictation, right? Which is, there was the AI powered dictation that Dr. Al had earlier. And is Santos going to fuck up?
I hope not. Santos needs a win.
I know, but is she going to use this dictation software and something's going to get super fucked up?
I hope not.
I don't wish that on her, to be clear, but I feel like we're setting something
I
up
know,
here.
I'm scared.
We thought that it was going to be Ogilvy, but now is it going to be Santos?
Because Ogilvy has already had kind of a big fuck up.
Yeah, and it's not even 11 a.m. yet.
I mean, I'm praying for his downfall, but that's just me being a hater, so.
May we take all of Robbie's suicidal ideation and put it into Ogilvy.
Santos is annoyed that Whitaker picked up on the STEMI and that she didn't. And she calls him Fuckleberry.
That is not a nice nickname. That's not a nice nickname.
Unless he's like getting laid. You can't call him that.
He comes back from the farm. Okay, Fuckleberry.
What do we think is their problem? Is it just Santos being like, I'm so overwhelmed and stressed from like this whole charting shit? Or like, is there actual beef between Santos and
There's
Whitaker?
gotta be actual beef.
There has to be some actual beef. Something is going on.
And if
like
it's
everybody's
just
like, well, whatever.
We see too much of each other. Because I did live with someone that I worked with for 2 years. And we actually only worked together for like a year and a half of that. But we had to have like a legitimate conversation a couple months in because we were like commuting together, working together, commuting back home together, and then like spending most of our time together at home.
Mm.
And she was also much more of a morning person than I am. Like I'm very much like I need my commute to be my me time, and then when I get to work, that's when I'm ready to like lock in for the day.
Flip the switch.
But she would want to like talk and like be all whatever on the train on the way to work, and I was like, I can't do this. I can't, like, it is actively making my day worse because I'm not having my alone time. So I had to be like, I love you so dearly. We have to
Stop
commute
fucking
separately.
talking to me.
Yeah, we have to commute separately. We need to like do our own thing at work and then be friends outside of work. I was like, we can't do all of this. So I feel like perhaps it is simply just that. Like we've seen too much of each other and we need to set some boundaries between the two of us. I hope it's just that and it's not something deeper that's like harder to solve. But I'm very interested to see where this roommate beef is going.
So the lady with a rash on her foot has come back very quickly. And we saw Langdon at first drawing the circle around, the spot on her foot. And the idea of drawing the circle is if it goes, if it's growing, we can track the growth, right? If it goes outside the circle, then we know. And the rash, whatever this is on her foot, has
It's
now gone
way outside the
up
circle.
her leg. She's clearly in a lot of pain. And Donahue is like, MRSA? And Langdon's like, or worsa. Like, I don't, this, okay, I don't know. I know when I hear MRSA, I'm like, oh, MRSA. But I don't know anything about MRSA. I'm like, oh, is this like a Star Wars thing?
Just know that it's bad. Yeah.
So if it is MRSA, she's going to have to be isolated. It's a staph infection and it's like antibiotic resistant, basically. There are antibiotics that can treat it, but most antibiotics do not treat it. And it can be fatal. So it's chill.
Yikes.
Yeah, it's all chill. It's fine.
This is again another episode that ends without. I'm so used to the ominous build up into the credits, like that ominous music. And
Well,
this
there
is the
was
second
some
time we haven't
ominous
had it.
music. There was music.
It wasn't as prominent as I'm used to. There was none last week, and now there's a little bit this week. I need more. I need more ambiance.
Not every hour can end in a cliffhanger. Some hours just go from hour to hour. That's the thing.
True.
Very true. Okay, so now that we've reached the end, what are your patient passport moments?
Milking machine. I'm so sorry.
I thought we were past that.
It made me laugh. It made me laugh out loud. Santos is 2 for 2 on just absolute zingers. She had immaculate infection and then milking machine. 2 episodes in a row. Love her.
Boy, oh boy. Robert, you say yours again?
Number one, I said settle down white chocolate to Mal. Number two.
Oh. I thought that's what you were saying your moment was.
Number two, I love no, that was episode one. I can't make it my thing again. My patient passport moment for this episode has to be Langdon essentially, poking fun at Javadi being a doctor on TikTok or whatever. Dr. Javadi.
Dr. J. Which also just makes me think of Miss J from America's Next Top Model. I think my patient passport moment has got to be Ogilvy fucking up in a big way in front of important people. Like, yes, karma, get his ass.
Humble that man. Humble him.
He needs to learn how to do a curly hair routine and also humble himself. So, any final thoughts?
I liked this one.
We say that every week, but it's so true.
Wow, we like the show that we have a podcast about? That's crazy.
This is so far my favorite episode. I like this episode a lot.
No, I love the ones where we get a little bit of glimpse into their personal lives and we get to see like the mess. I love it. I love the drama. Give me the tea. Gimme. I don't care about the medical stuff. I want to know, have those 2 lesbians hooked up? And it seems like, yes, they have. I want to know why that lesbian has beef with her roommate. I want to know more just about the lesbians. Honestly, that's why I'm here.
I will stop hosting this podcast and jump off a cliff if Santos Garcia was queer baiting. I swear to God.
Listen, as much as I'm like, I don't trust this show, don't trust anything, they can't do that to us.
Yeah.
They can't do that to us.
Agreed.
Noah Wiley, we know you're woke. Let the lesbians kiss.
Noah Wiley, please.
Write an episode that's just kiss. It's
Write
an
an episode
interlude
that's
episode.
actually just Santos and Garcia go on a date. I'd watch it.
How is that medically relevant?
They get shut. So like what happened was they like lose power or something. Everything gets shut down. The doors are locked. Santos and Garcia are in the cafeteria and they can't get out of the cafeteria. And then a medical emergency happens within the cafeteria and they have to handle it together. There you go.
Meet cute.
Well, if that's all, so long, fellow losers.
The Pit Crew podcast is created and produced by us, Robert, Mal, and Camille. It is edited by Robert. You can find us on TikTok, Threads, and Instagram at Pit Crew Podcasts. If you'd like to support our other projects, our socials are linked in the show notes. Our art is by Rand Pacoca, and he can be found on Instagram at Rand Pacoca. All patient questions and concerns can be emailed to pittcrewpodcast@gmail.com. And this isn't a Taco Bell, but we do appreciate a 5-star rating and review wherever you get your podcasts. Be sure to schedule a follow-up appointment with a nurse before you go. See you next time.